Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ken Cash Budgets here with a cash stuffing video. Today I will be cash stuffing a total of $782. I have it set up here already because I am doing like a get to know me type of video. I asked you guys to ask me questions and I got a few, so I'm just gonna go ahead and answer them as I cash stuff. So it might be a little bit of a longer video just because I'm gonna be a little chatty. But yeah, so this is the fourth paycheck of May, so all of my bills should be completed. So let's get into that. I'm actually gonna get some pins that I have here on the side. I'm sorry, I moved you with my big ol' head. Okay, I also have the questions here on the side. So let's just get into it. I'm gonna start with my wallet. I do not have any rollover, and that is completely normal for me. I usually never have rollover. All right. Excuse me. Gas is gonna get its usual 70. So the first question I got was, why do you cash stuff and how expensive are the binders and separated things? I think you mean like envelopes and stuff. So 50-70 for gas. I cash stuff. I started about a year ago. No, literally more than a year ago. I started my cash stuffing journey March 2022, but I didn't start my cash stuffing YouTube channel and like Instagram and TikTok until May of 2022. So it's been a year already for both, like starting cash stuffing and starting my social media for my cash stuffing. Oh my god, I just left the my card right there. That's fine. Going out is going to get 35. So 20, 35. So the reason I started is because I was terrible with money. I would get money in my bank, and as soon as I saw it, I wanted to spend it. If I see money in my bank, I'm gonna want to spend it. So 20, 35 for going out, which is like kind of like my toxic trait. It's like I love to spend money, and I was so bad with my money. And then I got my car, which made me even worse with money. I was so strapped for money because I was like, I have a pretty high car payment, as you guys can tell. And it was just like a huge expense, and it really took a toll on me and like my finances and stuff. So that is kind of the reason why I started cash stuffing. I first saw Pink X budgets and Baddies and budgets. Those were like the main ones. And then of course, like Daisy budgets, Sierra, Monet, and like the bigger ones, but definitely for sure Pink X budgets was one of the first ones I saw. Oh, and Budget with Brands, but yeah, and Baddies and budgets, of course. And I was like intrigued. I'm like, I need to do this. I need to implement this in my financial journey because I am just spending money. I'm not saving anything. I make very little. I just need to organize my way. I was like so fed up with my finances that I just saw this and I wanted to start it. Eating out, it's getting 20, just a $20 bill. And I think that is why most people do start this cash stuffing system. Some might just want to do it just cause, and some probably do it because they struggle and they don't know how to manage their finances. And that's kind of where I was at. What the heck? It just came up. That's fine. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the binders and separation things, like if you buy them from small businesses, they are gonna be on the pricier end because mamas need to make their coin, right? And I know Etsy and other like sellers charge a lot of fees, and that's why the prices are kind of upped and they're kind of expensive. When I first started, literally started with the letter envelopes, like the ones you get at the 99-cent store. That's literally where I went. And I had an 100 envelope challenge too, but I made it like with the letter size envelopes, and I just like wrote on them like 1 through 100. And then you can literally start like that, just regular envelopes that you put letters in and mail them out. You know what I mean? Those work. I started off using that. And then once, I felt a little more comfortable, then I started purchasing these binders and envelopes and these cutesy things, and I started supporting small businesses. But you don't have to start off that way. It's not mandatory. Like, you don't need to do that. If you're strapped for money, I say go to the 99 and just like make a little, and just label your envelopes like by writing them down with a pen or pencil. That's literally all you need. Paper, pencils, and not even that. Like sometimes you can make your own envelopes. Just separate your money and categorize it the way you feel is needed for your situation, right? And for your life and for your lifestyle. So yeah, date night is going to get 45. So 20, 30, 35, 40, and then 5 ones. So that is literally how I started out. And then once you save up a little more money, you can splurge on these things. It's really fun. I will say that Amazon, Temu, I don't even know how you pronounce it, Temu and Shein, I feel like there's other sites as well. But you can buy like a binder like this that comes with 10 envelopes and labels, like stickers and budget trackers, and they're way cheaper, like less than 20 bucks. So that is also an option. They are more affordable, I will say, if you do have the money to, you know, pay for binders. And like Soul Mama has her line on Amazon too. They are on like the more economic, budget friendly side. Whereas you get customized ones on Etsy, they're going to be more expensive because they are putting in more time and effort and work to like customize your envelopes and things like that. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of labor. So yeah, definitely Amazon, Shein, and Temu are some options for affordable budget binders, envelopes, things like that, I will say. So day night has 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Perfect. So that's an option. But yeah, so that answers that question, I hope. And if not, you can just like definitely follow up with another question if you have it, and I'll answer it down in the description. I mean, in the comment section. Oopsie. All right, the next question. What is your savings goal to move out? Okay, that is one of my goals, is to move out eventually. But not like, I never had in mind like buying a house. Self-care is gonna get 33. Like that has never crossed my mind, but I feel like that is something I should actually consider. But I always just had in mind like moving out to an apartment by myself because I thought that was just more realistic. So originally I just planned to save $10,000 for moving expenses and like first month's rent and things like that. That's ideally the goal that I have to save. I don't know if you're crooked or not, but that's fine. So 20, 40, self-care now. Sorry. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. This is perfect. This is ready for the month of June. So my maintenance for June, which is great. So yeah, I had the goal of $10,000. I don't know. I feel like that's realistic. Like, you know, you gotta buy furniture and things like that. But it's probably a little bit. I don't know, but I thought 10K was a good goal to have for moving expenses. Toiletries is not gonna get anything, and spending is gonna get to 10, and it's just gonna be in the form of a $10 bill. I do have receipts. You guys already know. I am going to scan those into my Fetch Rewards app. Fetch is an app where you can get points for scanning in your receipts, and then you can redeem those points for gift cards. I just redeemed a $100 gift card, and I got my Jeep seat covers, baby. I mentioned this in my last video, but if you want to get some free points, definitely use my code. It'll be here on the screen and down in the description. Make sure you scan in your first receipt to get those 100 points that I referred you to. And I will scan those after the video. And that is it for my wallet. Cool. So the next question I got is, have you explained what you do as a job / career? I think I have mentioned it a couple of times. But for those of you who are new and are curious, I work in media. I got my bachelor's degree in journalism. And I don't like reporting. I'm not a reporter. Like, never will want to be a reporter. And I've constantly been contemplating, like, if I still want to be in this industry. But currently I'm in a 1-year program. I'm going to go ahead and start with my bills binder. I'm in a 1-year program at a news publication here where I live. For reference, I live in Southern California. So debt is going to get its usual 25. So I have a background in social media for news publications. So I run and handle the social media platforms for news publications, not necessarily putting my face out there or things like that, just promoting the reporters' articles and work, and just practicing best ways to reach an audience, a larger audience. That's why I really love doing this on a personal finance account. I love social media. I love utilizing social media, and I love the power it can bring. It can get very draining and it's a lot of work, but it's been good to me. Like, that's pretty much where my experience lies in. So now debt has 20, 40, 60, 80, 95, 100, 100 in debt. So my expertise is in social media for news publications, or I guess just like social media work in general. So yes, I'm currently in a 1-year program. Yearly subscriptions is fully funded. Car insurance is going to get 40. And I currently reached my 6 month. No, I am like 7 months in. So I've been actively looking for new jobs. Just because I want something stable. You know, this is going to end unless I get hired, which someone in upper management wants to get me hired, but the team she wants to get me hired on, I'm kind of iffy about. It's like a good team. I just don't know how I feel about it. Like, I've had meetings with them and I have like mixed emotions. I don't know, because I don't know what my purpose would be there. Anyway, car insurance now has 20, 40, 60, 80. And this is actually for July because June's payment is ready. So yeah, I've been in a 1-year program focusing on audience engagement for the news publication. So not just social media, but social media is pretty much part of it. So I basically rotate on different desks in the audience engagement side, which is basically the teams that help promote and basically get a higher audience through newsletters, social media, data for the reporters' work. So that's kind of what I do. It's basically support and encourage and bring in and create strategies to bring in more audience and generate more digital subscriptions for the newspaper. Hopefully that makes sense. Car tags is going to get 20, and I think this will fully fund my car tags envelope. So this is due in July, so yay, I'm so excited. So car tags now has 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97. So 597, which is perfect. That's literally what I need. So yeah, I've done a rotation. Each rotation is about 8 weeks, but my last rotation will be the remainder of the 6 months, which is the team that someone from upper management wants to get me hired on, but I don't know how I feel. So we're called fellows. So it's a fellowship program. So me and the other fellows have already been actively searching for jobs. I think this is the time to be looking for that. So let's get into car maintenance. So yeah, and I actually did get an email for a job that I applied to. Car maintenance is going to get 5. So I'm excited about that, you know, because I was getting a bunch of rejections, like a bunch. Nobody even wanted to interview me. So this kind of comes as a shock. I think I am pretty experienced in what I do. I've been doing social media work for 3 years. I had gotten an internship doing that while I was in my junior year of college. So I would say I have a decent amount of experience in the news realm and in social media. So now car maintenance has 105, 10, 11, 12, 112. So yeah, that's an exciting prospect. I don't know how that will go, but yeah. So I've done newsletters, push alerts. It's basically like if you're ever signed up for a news publication to like send alerts to your phone when something publishes or something is happening, like a death or a car crash near you, things like that. That's basically what I do. So car wash is going to get 20. My dad just washed my car the other day, which was so nice. And then car things is going to get 5. And so currently I am on the data and analytics team just because I wanted more background in data and analytics. I think data and analytics is super, super valuable. And I think just having that skill, like doing Google Analytics and anything just data, is super helpful in your resume. Like, just is a really strong point. Car payment is going to get 195, and this should complete the payment for the month of June. So yeah, I just think having data background is super crucial, or not crucial, but it's super beneficial. Like, it'll just help you stand out in your search for a job, at least in my field, which is something, or yeah, that's that on that. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 75, 76, 77, 78. So 778, which is perfect. So all my bills for next month will be ready to go back into the bank. I don't think I will be doing a bill swap this month, just because I don't think I need to. So parents is going to get 25. So yeah, that's what I do. And next I will be joining the team for 6 months. That is if I don't get another job, another higher paying job. Okay. So we'll see how that goes. So 20, 40, 60, 85, 95, and 100. Ideally, yeah, it would be nice to get hired here. I just don't know how I feel about the team they want to get me hired on, which feels like so ungrateful and kind of bratty of me because they're looking out for me and they want to get me hired. And I just don't know how I feel about it. You guys, if you've been watching, you know how I've been like kind of venting and not feeling what I'm doing for work at my workplace. So I've just been in like this weird spot. Home water is gonna get 4 today. Oh, these are nice ones. Let's get the ones from the back. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, that's that. What? I have a $5 bill in here. That's fine. I'll probably add this to my wallet, honestly. All right. Okay. And then taxes is going to get 5. Okay, I think that answers pretty much the question. Next question is, do you and your boyfriend share date night expenses? Does he support you in your cash stuffing? Is he trying that too? Usually, yes, I stuff date night, but most of the time my boyfriend is the one paying for our date nights. I kind of just stuff date night in case I need to pay for tip, or, you know, because I like to leave cash tips when we go out to restaurants and things like that. And yeah, so he usually pays for that stuff. I just add in case like I want to say like I want to pay for like one date night. So I'll be like, oh, let me pay for this one, you know? So that's sometimes why I stuff it so heavily. And sometimes it's like average amount because I know I'm just going to be paying for like small things. You know, he usually pays for the bigger restaurants and I pay for like the fast food if we go to fast food, if that makes sense, or just for the cash tips when we go to restaurants. So that's why I add that money into my date night envelope, but usually he does take care of the date night expenses, except when like it's smaller things that I want to pay for because I can afford it. Right? So yeah, so taxes has 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42. 42? Is that correct? Oh yeah. Okay, I think I forgot to do something, but that's fine. And does he support you in your cash stuffing? He does. He knows that I cash stuff and I hate it because he tries to watch my videos and sometimes in front of me, and I hate that because it's like so embarrassing for me, like to hear my voice. I don't know, like I'm a singer, and even on my singing channel, like I hate when people listen to me in front of me. It's just embarrassing and awkward. I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. 5, 6, 7, 8 going into gym. So now gym has 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. That's perfect. That is ready to pay for my gym payment. So he does support me and he knows that I do it. He was kind of one of the first people that I told that I wanted to start my YouTube channel doing this. So he definitely does support me. He is not trying cash stuffing. He has his own like budgeting system thing and that works for him. So he does his thing, I do mine. That's how it works for us. So yeah, and he does support me. I think he's subscribed to my channel and I hate when he watches it in front of me. And I would probably be embarrassed if I knew he watched my videos, but I know he's just supporting me. So yeah. Okay, now I'm heading into my sinking funds and everything is getting love today and we love to see it. So today's savings is actually getting 15. So let me go ahead and fill that in. All right, next question. What are some of your short-term goals and long-term? Definitely short-term, like between 6 months. On a personal level, I mean, on a financial stance, let's add the 15 to savings. I want to pay off my consumer credit card debt for sure. Like that is one of my goals. Like I want that consumer credit card debt gone within 6 months. I do kind of have a general plan, but yeah, so that's one of my short-term goals. Savings has 500, 600, 50, 70, 90, 710, 737, 50, 60, 75, 85, 785. Yes, 785. Cool. And then a longer term is kind of like saving a $10,000 towards my savings, and then 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in my emergency fund. That's kind of my financial long-term and short-term goals. But in terms of like personal, short-term goal right now is to lose weight. Like that has been one of my biggest like journeys. I don't know, like hardships in my life, like a really huge obstacle that I just have not been able to lose weight. I even like kind of I stopped drinking alcohol this month in hopes that it would help, because yeah. Vacation is gonna get 5. So now it has 105 and 6, 106. But one of my long-term goals is to be healthy, like maintain that healthy lifestyle. Like, yes, I want to lose weight. That's my short-term goal, but my long-term goal is I want to maintain that weight loss and have a healthy and live a healthy lifestyle. Because, yeah. So those are some of my short-term goals, and my long-term, definitely long-term, I want to move out. I don't know how far along that will be, but yeah. And also long-term is paying off my car loan. Like, yes, I want to focus on my consumer credit card debt right now, but after that debt is taken care of, I have my car loan, and I want to get that taken care of as well. So yeah, that's kind of my long-term and my short-term. So health is going to get 5, and that's all that it has. Olivia is going to get 5 as well, and that's all that she has. Olivia is my goddaughter, my sister's first daughter, my very first niece. Goals is going to get 5, and that's all that it has. This is basically for investing. Gifts is going to get 10. Does it have anything? No, it has nothing. Okay, the next question is, how do you determine how much to put in your sinking funds? And then I got a similar question. How do you decide how much to put in your personal wallet? So I feel like these go hand in hand. It really depends on my budget for the week and also what I have going on for the week. So Christmas is going to get 10. So what I mean by that is, like, if I know I have an upcoming baby shower or birthday, like I need to stuff gifts. I know I'm gonna stuff gifts, and I need to know how much I want by the time that the baby shower, the birthday comes, and I need to budget for that and plan for that accordingly. And that's for sinking funds. Obviously, like for sinking funds, I make sure I always stuff Christmas and holidays and gifts, because my family is just like big and we're all like super giving and like gift givers. Like, I don't know if that's like our love language, but Christmas is going to get 10, but I always make sure I stuff those things, and I just plan my budget accordingly. I will always stuff debt as well. Like my expenses, my weekly expenses, my bills always get stuffed. But then that goes hand in hand with my personal wallet. Like if I know I'm going to have a party this weekend, if I know I'm going to go out this weekend with my friends or my boyfriend, I need to budget for that. I know I'm going to go to a club, so I need to up my going out envelope. I know I'm going to go out to eat with my friends because we made plans, or I know I'm going to eat out this weekend with my family. I need to up that budget, and I just need to figure out how much I think I'll need. I'd rather over budget than under budget, because then like I need to take from my sinking funds, which is what I usually always do. Thankfully I have the money usually, but I just rather have that money in my wallet than have to take from my sinking funds, because these grow gradually, you know what I mean? And my weekly expenses are kind of not always fixed for me, because my plans always are different week to week, and that's how I plan. It basically just depends on how much I have and like what my goals are. Like For example, I know I'm always stuffing my extra debt, which is my 100 savings envelope challenge, and my just my scratch off savings challenges. That's going to go towards debt. So I realized I need to save at least between 125 to 225 each week towards my saving challenges to get that debt paid off between that 6 to 8 month range that I want. So yeah, so I'm focused on my debt right now. I'm not too focused on my savings because I want to get rid of that debt first. So that's how I decide how much I put in my sinking funds and my personal wallet. Yeah, if I have a vacation coming up, you best believe I'm gonna plan accordingly. And yeah, but basically most of the time it's just gifts and holidays and Christmas, because those are things are always coming up for me. I do love to spend and splurge, so this envelope is for that, but I haven't been able to stuff it that much. And tattoos, this is something that there is a tattoo that I want, so I've been actively trying to stuff that whenever I can. It's not always, but when I can, I will. And then giveaway, this is for you guys for supporting me and my channel and all my social media and just encouraging me and following on my journey. So Christmas has 150, 70, 90, 210, 20, 30, 230. So that's, I hope that explains it good enough to you so you can understand like why I stuff what I stuff. It really does take some planning. You have to know how much you make, and you need to know what expenses are coming up. You need to be able to plan these things. But I get it. Sometimes you can't. And those spontaneous plans do come up when you don't want to say no and you want to like go have brunch with your friends and they just told you the day before and you kind of don't have enough money for it. That's when I will dip into my sinking funds. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I'm going to experience life, and I want to experience life, and I want to do things with my friends and my boyfriend and things like that. So yeah. So Father's Day is going to get 12. So now it has 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. I already bought gifts. So this is kind of like to take my dad out to dinner or a lunch, whatever it may be. So what did I say? 18, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes. So that should that be 4? I don't even know. 6 times 3, you guys. I think that should be 2, actually. I don't even know. Do not come for me. Do not judge me. Actually, I think it should be 3. Oh gosh, you guys. Don't make fun of me. Okay, personal is going to get 5, and it has nothing, so now it just has 5. Okay, next question, and it is my last question, but it is all the juicy questions. So Taylor from a little of it all asked me a good amount of juicy questions. So personal has 5. Tats is going to get 15. I'm not even filling in all my trackers on this video. Like, I'm just getting so distracted, but I will fill them in after. I think if I do it on camera, it's just going to be a super long video, and I don't want that. Okay, so tattoos now has 100. Did I put 15? Yeah. 1, 200, 10, 20, 25, 225, which is awesome. Yes. Oh, wait. So, first question Taylor asked me, do you think your boyfriend is endgame? If so, does he support you and your YouTube cash stuffing finance journey? So I touched on that a little bit. Yes, he does. Okay, giveaway is going to get 5. That's all that it has. He does support my cash stuffing journey and my YouTube, and he tries to watch in front of me, and I get so embarrassed, and I'm like, no, but take that off. We're not doing that today. I do think he's endgame. I really, we've been together for over a year now. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's been all rainbows and butterflies, because we all know that relationships are hard and yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. You've heard of that. I do have coins. Don't think I'm going to, I'll add them to the jar, but I just need one for my scratch off savings challenges. And I'm sorry if I keep moving the camera. So yeah, I do think he's endgame. I really hope that we are together forever, because he's amazing and we get through the hard times together, and he's just really good. He's communicative, and I try to be as best as I can. He's very petty, though. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. We all have flaws. He's super petty, but he'll talk to me, and he just tries, and I try, and I think he loves me. Well, obviously that goes without saying, right? But for sure, like, I think there's just like a lot of genuine true love there. And yeah, so how do y'all plan to handle finances when y'all get married? So I've talked to him about it. Actually, my 100 envelope challenge is getting 45. So 45 right there. So we have talked about it. I asked him, like, how would we like split our expenses, like when we like live together and move out and stuff? And he said that I could cash stuff his money. Isn't that so exciting? But I don't think all his money. He said he would give me money for like the bills and stuff, and we would just like split it evenly, I think, and he would let me cash stuff that, which I guess is something. Right? Let me. So yeah, so that's that. We would probably do that. He would probably just give me the money for the bills. I don't think he's very protective of, not protective, but I don't know, he's not very open with saying how much he gets paid. He gets paid weekly. He works for UPS. He's a UPS delivery truck driver. So he does that. So 45 going in. 20, 40, and 5. So yeah, so I think that's how we would probably do it. So 45 going in. And this pretty Chanel sunflower envelope. So yeah, that's probably how we would do it. I don't know if in the future, maybe down the line, he'll let me cash stuff his whole paycheck. That would be a dream come true for me, honestly. But yeah, so next question is, how do you avoid budget burnout? Honestly, I feel like I've been experiencing that more lately than I have before, but I just love cash stuffing. Like, cash stuffing is my absolute favorite thing to do. I love paydays because I know I'm gonna get to cash stuff, I'm gonna get to film, but sometimes the burnout comes from creating content, from making YouTube videos, like TikToks, ASMR videos, all that, and then like having to post it every day. That's kind of where my burnout comes from. Not so much the handling of my money, because that's my favorite part. But creating the content, I think that's where it gets a little burnout. But what I do is just like kind of take a week off, and I just don't do it because I don't have to, but I like to. And just taking a week off like really resets everything, and it makes me more motivated to do it. So my 200 envelope scratch and save challenge is getting 20 this week. So now it has 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, right? 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, yeah. Perfect. So that's kind of how I deal with that. How long have you been cash stuffing? I mentioned this earlier. I've been cash stuffing for over a year. Cash stuffing off camera for over a year. I started in March 2022, and cash stuffing on camera for over a year. I started in May of 2022. So it's been a year. It's my anniversary, basically. And what's the most important thing you've learned on your cash stuffing journey so far? Damn, that's a really good question. I don't know. I feel like I'm still learning every day. Ooh, $10? I kind of want to do another one. I've really just learned how to manage my money. I learned about high yield savings account. I never knew about that before. I learned how to save money and how to budget wisely, and like just managing my money. Basically, money management is the most important thing I've learned from cash stuffing. And it really, just having physical cash and knowing how much is going towards some things really hurts me. Like, I refrain from spending that much more because I know the amount that's going out, like the output, versus, you know, spending on your debit card or your credit card. You don't even care. You're not even looking at the price tag because who cares? You know what I mean? But when you're touching physical cash, it's like, that hurts me. I could have, instead of spending that money, I could have saved it. I could have invested it, type of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let's see. I'm going to scratch off another one just for funsies. Okay, 30. So that's a total of 40 that I'll be cash stuffing next time. Cool. And then we just have 2 more left in the 200 scratch off. So that's exciting. Again, these are from Daisy Budgets. And honestly, I'm sorry, Taylor, if I didn't answer that last question to the best of my ability. Well, I did answer it to the best of my ability. I just don't think that is a satisfying answer. But if it is, I'm glad. So next for my 300 savings challenge, it is getting 20. And that's it for my questions. I hope you guys enjoyed that part. I know this video went on a lot longer than I anticipated. So 50, 70, 90, 95, 100. Ooh! 100 in my 300 scratch off. That's nice. $200 more to go. I don't even remember how much I said I have in my 200. Do you guys mind if I count it again? 50, 70, 90, 110. Okay, 110. 50, 70, 90. 120. I think. Okay. Ooh, I need water after after talking all that much. And this has 100, so I'm going to scratch the next one. Ooh, 35. Okay. Higher numbers this time. Okay. But that's good. And then this will amount, all 3 savings challenges will amount to 1,000, so that will go towards my debt. And then my 500 savings challenge today is getting 40, which is my last 2 20s. So now it has a 120, 40, 60, 85. 120, 40, 60, 85. 185. Almost at 200. Nice. And now let's scratch off. This one, I know, I'm always scared for this one because it gets really high. Can you see? Okay, perfect. Okay, $50. Okay, cool. And whatever is left, so I've been adding 125 towards my savings challenges every week. So yeah, so whatever is left after the scratch off, I just add that amount to my 100 envelope savings challenge. Hopefully that makes sense. Sorry. And that is it for my cash stuffing. I did get a YouTube paycheck, so I will actually be recording that, filming that next. Let's just add these coins really quick. So I have 51.32 right now. Let's add this nickel and 2 pennies. Okay, so now I have 51.39. Perfect. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you learned a little more about me. Feel free to ask any questions at any time. I'm here to answer. So yeah, you guys, thank you. Did I say like and comment and subscribe? If I didn't, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.